What is going on, guys? It's HumbleZeus here, bringing you another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay, commentary, weekend, bonanza, I don't know, thing. I was trying to make up a fun word for you guys. It didn't go very well. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome Saturday. I know I'm having a relatively good one. It's about 1 o'clock right now for me. So, relatively early, still plenty of things to do in the day, so I'm making a commentary for you guys. Obviously, it will not be 1 o'clock when this video goes up, but whatever. Anyway, we're talking about things, that I just don't like about YouTube. Things that, I dislike about being a YouTuber, or just in YouTube in general. And I've actually done a video like this before where I called it my YouTube pet peeves. And I enjoyed making that video a lot because it was kind of me venting. But I also realized how kind of misinformed at the time I really was, and how my opinions have changed as I've gotten not only bigger, but more used to and better at making videos than my past self. And so, starting off with the big thing that I really don't like about being a YouTuber is simply trying to think of commentary topics. I think that's one of the biggest things I dislike. For me, if you've been around for a very long time, you know that I didn't start off doing things like what's the best gun in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, or what's the best gun in Ghost, or even now, what's the best gun in Advanced Warfare. I never did any of those things. I started off and I tried to do live commentaries, and I found out those weren't my cup of tea. And then I found that I just like talking about things. I've talked about motivation. I've talked about I've done my whole YouTube guide series is just opinions and facts and all that fun stuff. So I've never really been like this dude to do those kind of standard, big YouTube commentary style things. Where I just prefer to talk about any random thing with you guys, connecting with you guys. And that comes with its own set of problems in the fact that I have to think of commentary topics. And now, for a while, you can have a lot of topics just bustling around in your head. But it's kind of like, sometimes it's just like, I have nothing to talk about. What do I say? What do I do? And the problem that also comes with this is, how do I say it? YouTube, for me anyway, is very vocal because I don't show my face, so you don't have any facial expression. I don't play horror games, so I'm not just screaming every 24/7 like PewDiePie. I actually do, spend a good majority of the video talking. And I have to figure out how to say everything. And I have to figure out how to say it in a way that, for one, doesn't offend people. Because I don't really like offending people unless, there's just a thing where you have to be offended. I'm sorry. Like, if you're saying a whole population of people must die, then I'll be like, well, I'm sorry. I find that completely wrong. I think you're an idiot. I'm sorry. That's what I'm going to say. But generally, I try to be as I try to make sure that everything I say is clear. You don't misinterpret anything. And I try to say it in a way that's not offensive to anybody, but relatively neutral to everybody. And that just takes a lot of time. I also don't do scripts. A lot of people have been like, do you do a script or do you do just free talk? I free talk. I don't have a script in front of me right now. Or in any of the videos I've ever made on my channel, there's never been a script. I can't do that. For me, I'm just like, what? Like a script? No, I want you guys to know what I really feel. I don't want them to change all of a sudden and then be like, I don't know, maybe, I guess that's what I wrote down. No, this is what I really think. It's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say without the use of a script. So that's just kind of one of my things. The second thing I really don't like is censorship, and I've made a video on this as well. YouTube censorship. Now, I personally don't believe that, anyone should censor you. So if you want to cuss out somebody in your video, by all means do it. It's your video, it's your channel. I don't approve of, taking other YouTubers who are just trying to do their thing and then, saying they're bad people because they're trying to do their thing. That's just kind of messed up. But if you want to, pop a swear in your video, that's your business, really. I don't think anyone has the right to tell you to stop. And, like I said, I made a video on this before where I said, I can swear all I want in my videos. I've gotten requests not to swear in my videos, and like I've mentioned, I don't swear too much in my videos, but there are times where, I'm a person, and a good old swear word here and there is not going to, I think, ruin anyone's enjoyment of a video, or, lower the overall quality of my videos. I think it's just the thing I'm going to do it sometimes, and I've mentioned to people who've asked me not to swear that I say I'll try not to, but at the end of the day, it's my channel, I've set it up, I've built it, I've made the content that you've enjoyed up to this point. I really don't think this one thing is going to bother you that much. But like I said, I'll try not to swear as much, and I don't. I try not to. There are times I'm going to be like, shit, and I'm going to be like, oh, well, it happened. Get over it, People who kind of point people out for that, saying, you shouldn't swear in your videos, I'm like, well, make your own channel then, and then don't swear in yours. If you enjoyed my content up to now, and you didn't mind swearing, all of a sudden you did, I mean, I don't know what to say to you. Watch my video the first time and then be like, you know, maybe I just don't want to watch it. I'm not very, like, you know, picky with this. I'm just like, live and let live. But that's kind of something I don't really care for. Another thing is the cost of being a YouTuber. Now, being a gaming YouTuber, especially, and, you know, playing the more current games, not just, you know, playing MW2 all the time, I have to spend a lot of money on games, and I have to kind of justify my cost. The fact that, you know, games are $60. They're not like in the PS2 era where games were not really that expensive, where I could go buy like 4 games for the same price that I could currently buy 1 game. Or if I was going to currently spend, like, say I want to buy 2 AAA titles, I could buy like 6 to 7 like PS2 games. Like, I'm not in that time period anymore, and so I actually realized that I'm going to spend a lot of money on video games, and I don't enjoy it. I mean, I like the games, and they're fun, but Jesus Christ, they're expensive. And, you know, they're fun to play, and I mean, it's actually given me a lot of live streaming potential, but it's a lot of money. I'm like, damn. Oh, there it is. So, the cost of being a YouTuber is not something I've always enjoyed, but you know what? I still wouldn't really give this up. And as far as, like, my biggest concerns, those are kind of it. I mean, there are minor things I hate, like sub for subbing. I don't like getting requests for that. Like, you know, hey, I subscribed to you. Thank you very much for subscribing to me. And then later on the message, hey, I make videos too. You should come check out my channel. Perfectly fine. And then you should subscribe to it and like it, all my videos. I'm like, wait a minute. I had you up to check out your video. Now, I don't mind checking out other people's channels. I'm not like those people who, like, you know, ignore those. I reply to nearly every comment that I get if I think, you know, there's a reason to reply or it's an open-ended conversation. Sub for sub usually gets completely ignored and removed, and I mean, basically, if you really want me to look at your channel, just comment. Like, I will legit go look at it anyway. I do that because I'm that bored as a person. I'm legitimately that bored as a person. I need something to do all day anyway, so, you know, leave a comment, I'm probably gonna go look at it anyway. But when you ask me, or, you know, kind of demand or make me feel like you're entitled to it, then I don't want to do it. And a lot of people seem to have this entitlement thing where I'm grateful that you subbed to me, but that does not necessarily mean I have to sub back. It just means that I'm thankful for what you've done, you enjoyed my content, and you want to come back and watch it in the future. Not that I now owe you. I'm not, you know, you're not like a mafia. I didn't lend you. You didn't lend me money. You lent me a sub, and I love my subs, but I mean, in YouTube's viewpoint, views count more than subs. So even if you did sub to me, unless you viewed everything I did, it wouldn't matter as much to YouTube. I mean, I'm still grateful for it, but that's just kind of how it is. So I mean, those are just kind of my own pet peeves about it, and I encourage you, because I know a lot of smaller YouTubers follow me, and not only on Twitter, but subscribe to me. What are you guys' opinion on that? How do you guys handle all this madness that comes with being a YouTuber, be it a pranker, a vlogger, a beauty channel, whatever your preferred style of commentating, or, you know, whatever it is. So definitely leave that down below, and I can't wait to see all you guys' opinions. So I'll see you guys later. Zeus out.